The Lagos short-let market has been generally on an uptrend.
The real estate industry has a far-reaching impact on various aspects of the country's economy.
Lagos is the crown jewel in a sector that contributed 41.3 trillion naira to the GDP in 2024.
Something interesting is happening in Lagos. A few years ago, if you told someone you wanted to invest in a short-let apartment, they would probably think you were taking a huge risk. Back then, people weren't even sure the model would work. Would people really choose apartments over hotels? Would there be enough bookings? Would you even make your money back? Today, almost nobody is asking these questions anymore. The market has already answered them. Instead, a new question is now on every single investor's lips. If short-let works, where do we invest this money? Because every few weeks, another luxury development is being announced and a promise of incredible returns. But at some point, they all start looking the same, and when every project looks the same, how do you know which one is actually worth paying attention to? That question kept bothering me. So I started digging, and one name kept coming up over and over again. A 4 billion naira off-plan development called the MarQ. My name is Abdulbaki from Harvey Real Estate, and today I'm taking you into the 4 billion naira short-let project in Lagos that is going to change everything. So we are headed to the MarQ Airport Road now, the acclaimed 4 billion naira short-let project in Lagos, and for some reasons I'm very excited about what is going on there, and I would like you guys to come and check it out with me. So let's go. First thing you notice is in the project. It's the location. 3 minutes from Murtala Muhammad Airport. Now, 3 minutes doesn't sound particularly exciting until you have spent an hour and a half trying to cross Lagos after a flight. For someone like that, being close to the airport isn't just convenient. It is the reason they will choose your apartment over another. Location explains why somebody will click your listing, but location alone doesn't explain why they book or why they will come back. And for that reason, I needed to hear directly from the people behind the project and ask the question I think most people would ask if they were considering putting their own money into a project like this. So I'm with the brains behind the short-let project that has been on everybody's mouth in Lagos right now. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Temidayo. It's nice to meet you.
Same here, Mr. Baki of RV.
So let's get straight into business. A lot of developers right now will say, trust me, my project is different. Why should anyone believe you, Mr. Temidayo?
Okay, so if you know us as a company, we always ensure that every of our new projects has a step ahead in terms of the design thinking and the experience.
Yes, I can attest to that.
So from urban suites to Montesa to now the MarQ, we can tell that there's an elevation in terms of the features and experience that we want to give
project development, basically.
So for the MarQ specifically, we want to be able to build a project that will compete. Our competition is not the normal shuttle apartments. Our competition is really the 5-star hotels. We want to take market share from them.
Interesting.
Right? We want that if I can go to a Marriott, a Radisson in the Ikeja GRA, I can come to the MarQ and stay. And I'll tell you why, because if you look at the features, the MarQ has a rooftop pool, it has a lounge, it has a gym, it has a meeting room that can house about 15 to 20 people, corporate clienteles. So the idea is that if you don't need to go out of the MarQ, you should not go out.
It's a complete
ecosystem that I work, live, and
relax. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. So I would ask now, what convinced you that there's still another space for a short-let project right now in Lagos State?
Okay, so for us, if you know us, we are very data and insights driven. We like to make our decisions based on data. Right? And what we have seen is that when you look at the general ecosystem of Lagos, Airport Road and Ikeja has the highest number of hospitality businesses, enablers. Talk about the clubs, talk about the restaurants, talk about the hotels, talk about the shuttle apartments. Now, and that is singularly because it's close to the airport.
Yes.
Right. So it means that the bulk of people that want to be close to the airport, either they want to be around the airport so that they don't miss their flights, or it's just around the convenience generally, right? They would want to book apartments or hospitality experiences around the airport, right? And we felt like instead of going to a location where there are already a lot of such supply in terms of apartments, because if you look at it, around this Airport Road area, you have from Airport Road, both on the right and the left wing, you have over 35 hotels, prime hotels around, right? And for us, generally, we
see them.
If you drive, they're walking distance from each other, right? So, and for us specifically, like I said, our competition is want to take market share from the hotels. We want that when we build our own projects, when you look at the experience and value vis-a-vis with hotels, we should offer more value for lesser price, right? And that is why we felt like Airport Road is the best location.
So, I mean, you've answered my next question. My next question would have been that, I mean, Shortlet is known for the likes of VI, Lekki Phase 1, and all that. So, you know, why did you choose Airport? So let's talk numbers now. If I'm buying a unit, how much will it cost me a year, and how much should I be looking at making as an investor?
Okay, so we are pretty much sold out on the studio apartments, the one-bedroom loft. What we have left is a one-bedroom apartment and a two-bedroom apartment. Okay. Now, the philosophy of our own project and financial modeling is such that you would make your payback in less than 9 to 8 years.
9 to 8 years.
Yes, so if you're buying a one-bedroom for 120 million, your net revenue should be around 12 million, 13 to 14 million per annum on a one-bedroom apartment.
Net?
Yes, net.
Oh,
for a two-bedroom apartment, you are buying for 175 million naira. Your net ROI should be around, say, per year on a yearly basis, should be around 17 million, 18 million naira generally. Right, so that is with that thinking that we used to build and structure our own pricing and financials for the project.
Oh, okay. So, Mr. Dayo, let's round up our section here. I would ask you, what's that misconception you think people have about the MarQ? Because if you ask me on our own part, we've heard conversations like 175 million naira for a two-bedroom apartment on Airport Road, right? What do you have to say to that?
Okay, so for me, I'm of the opinion and philosophy that in real estate, we can be in the same geographical location and achieve different results because it's really about the operator and the quality of projects. Right? Now, when you are evaluating or comparing prices, you also don't look at it from the absolute price of that property itself. Look at it from what you can get from that property. If we're saying 120 million, how much can you get as
how much are you
investment, right? So if you're buying a different project, the question should be what is the yield, not the price. Right, and I'm very, very sure that's because with what we have seen also in the market, I've gotten feedbacks from our investors that have also bought from other companies, right? Okay. And right now in the market, we pay the highest yield in terms of returns for shortlet projects. Okay. We pay for studio, we pay about 600, 650K.
And can we have access to that?
Yeah, you can check around. You can ask people that have invested in different projects, right?
We'll do that.
And we pay like the highest investment returns, and it's because of our own commitment to customers and ensuring that we want to deliver our promise to them, right? We are also of the opinion that we can also try to appeal to every investor.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
If you look at it in terms of adoption rate, we are currently 5 units or 7 units left in this project.
Wow.
Right? It means that we are about 70% sold out.
Out of how many units?
Out of 30 units, right? We are 75% sold out. And this is in less than 2 months, right? So the point is that for us also, if we have not served people well, and the bulk of these people that have keyed into this project are also returning customers. They have been getting returns from the current project that we also have been managing for them, right? Okay. So if these people have not been getting returns also, they won't also have the confidence to invest
to do
early,
more business.
Right? So pretty much I would want to implore customers or investors to look at it from a point of yield, not from the absolute value.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dayo. Thank you for the clarity, and thank you once again for granting us an audience.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you on site.
All right. One thing stood out for me during our conversation. They rarely talked about the finishes or architecture or luxury. Instead, they kept coming back to one word: experience. Because in a market where everyone can build beautiful apartments, experience is what gives you an edge. When I started looking into the MarQ, I wasn't trying to prove if it was the future of Lagos real estate. I was trying to answer a much simpler question. Does the thinking behind this project make sense? After speaking with the operators, looking at the market, and spending time with people building it, I think the more interesting story is in the market itself. It is what it represents. Lagos shortlet market is changing. Guests have more options. Competition is increasing. Simply owning an apartment isn't enough anymore. The project that succeed over the next decade, they'll be the ones that understand their guests better than everyone else. Whether the MarQ eventually becomes one of those projects, only time can answer. But if it delivers what it is promising, it won't just be another apartment building, it will be the example where the market is heading. And maybe that's the real story. So one final thing, in the interest of full transparency, our team do represent buyers on this project. So if you'd like to see the investment pack, the pricing, schedule and inspection, or get more information about this project, all of this information will be linked in the description below. I hope you find this video insightful and it has helped you to understand the direction in which the Lagos shortlet market is now moving now. Because only those people who are able to recognize change and tap into it early can be best positioned while every other person catches up. Thank you for watching to this moment. If you found this video insightful, subscribe and like and share to those who might need this information. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Speak soon.